Good morning, Your Majesty. I took counsel with Killia and Zagadou last night, while Gilbin busied himself raiding our last provisions of dwarven ale. He may become even more grumpy for the rest of the journey if that's possible. But more importantly, Killia spoke for hours about the Elven nation and the battles of old. Worry not, I shan't bore you with the details. The point is, she knows of a passage to the so-called Realm of the Underworld. According to her, it is about 2 days' march from here, but the road leads through a rather unpleasant swamp. To make matters worse, the influence of the Underworld becomes stronger the closer we approach the Dark Realm. I shall not detain you further, Your Majesty. And if my ears do not deceive me, Gilbin has just discovered that he finished all the dwarven ale.
This foul swamp was once the pride of the elven forests, but we were forced to sacrifice it. We flooded it during our war with the humans, transforming it from a beautiful paradise into a line of defense.
Pardon me, Killia, but you spoke of humans?
Indeed I did. We are now headed to the place known as the Underworld, the original home of your ancestors.
Then why did they have to be kept away from your forests?
Oh, it was not they. Our two nations lived in peace, side by side, until the day a human of terrible ambition and greed made a pact with the forces of darkness that he or she might gain unimaginable power.
You don't know who this was?
No one knows for certain, but most ancient texts suggest that it was a priestess of Crypta, who later would become feared as the Lich Queen. It might have been she, or perhaps it was another. One may but light a path, while another walks toward its terrible end. It was perhaps no fault of her own. The minds of the humans were corrupted by evil, desiring more and more power. I suppose that's all I need say.
Not at all. Tell the story to the end, Elf.
Well, during many long years of war, our numbers dwindled, and ultimately we found ourselves on the very brink of extinction. Our leaders determined that the survivors would have to leave this continent to find a new home. It will be your turn to tell me their story once this new crisis has been averted.
But some of your people stayed behind?
Yes, and most would lay down their lives to hold off the coming darkness.
But enough talk. We must press onward. I can smell the foul stench of an underworld base. Master Dwarf, bring forth your hammer.
That's more like it.
Your Majesty, this swamp makes for dangerous terrain. It quickly swallows those who do not know its ways. I have marked the safest pathway for your men, but it is still possible that they will get stuck in certain spots and lose their pace. Also, the mist over the moor limits visibility and can reduce the efficiency of your towers.
adventures.